us look at Proverbs 11:22. I'm going to read it since it's only one verse from the King James Version, the New International Version, and the Message Bible. These are the words that we find. This is the way it's written in the King James Version, Proverbs 11:22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. It reads this way in the New International Version of Scripture. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who shows no discretion. And then the Message Bible says it to us this way. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. You may be seated. Now, I know it's talking about a woman, but you know, one thing about God, God is not as gender specific as we are. So let us open our minds to consider, like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. One of my most favorite movies, a movie that I've seen that I really enjoy watching over and over again, is a movie entitled The Color Purple. Yes. It's an epic tale of 40 years into the life of a woman named Celie. Yes. She's a black woman living in the South, and she survives incredible bigotry and abuse. There are many memorable scenes in this movie, but there's a scene in particular that I often think about. You see, her abuser, she called him Mr. Yep. And in this particular scene, Celie is about to escape her abuse. And so Mr. is standing on the porch. He's standing there as she is getting into the car, and he says she's black, poor, and ugly, suggesting that she'll never be anything. Celie responds to Mr. this way. I'm poor, black, I may even be ugly, but dear God, I'm here. I'm here. Understand that in the movie, the mentioning of her lack of beauty was meant to hurt her. The fact is, people often deal with issues of self-image. On this morning, I want to talk about fading beauty. You see, because again, we deal with issues of self-image. Our children oftentimes are bullied. I was having a conversation with my dad even on this morning, and he was telling me how he knows of a little girl who is being bullied now because she wears glasses. And so there are kids who are teasing her because of her appearance. Even men and women, adults, deal with self-image, reckoning with our outer appearances each and every day. You know how it is. You turn on the television and you hear things like, oh, she still got it. Or, oh, he still got it. You hear people saying, oh, they look 10 years younger. You hear people saying that 30 is the new 20. 40 is the new 30. 50 is the new 40. And 60 is the new 50. We are indeed a beauty-driven society. Countless dollars are spent on advertisement for creams and lotions and concoctions preventing aging, knowing that we really can't help that beauty fades. Amen. Beauty fades, and so we are doing all of these things to try to attack aging. But I want to suggest to us on this morning that if we really want to attack fading beauty, we don't need more beauty shops. We don't need more barber shops. We don't need more nail salons. We don't even need more plastic surgery. What we need to do is open our Bibles. Because the Bible is telling us, when considering fading beauty, we need to be sure that we don't become like gold rings in pigs' snouts. God created everything, and it was good, including humans, but in some ways, humans have missed the mark. The fact is, humanity has forgotten its value like jewels of gold, ill placed swine. Now, when we think about swine, when we think about pigs, we need to understand that pigs are always in the mire. Meaning that pigs are always rolling around in the mud. They oftentimes are stuck in the mud. And to be in the mire is to be in a situation or a state of difficulty and distress. So these pigs are always waddling in the mud to cool their bodies. A jewel of gold doesn't belong there. I mean, think about it. Swine will be swine. Pigs will be pigs. But we have to ask ourselves, do jewels really have to join in to the waddling of swine? Jewels, in fact, should never forget their value. God created humans in his very own image, yet and still there are some of us who are waddling with the pigs, stuck in the mire, not remembering our intrinsic value. You were made in the image of God. Even when you consider the black experience, there were those who arrived on this land in 1619 in Jamestown, Virginia. Our foreparents were brought here, free persons, free Africans, but they were put in chains and forced to labor for the production of lucrative crops like cotton and tobacco. The American slave trade, not accepted as human beings. But even though they were in this situation, they remembered their value. We dealt with things like black codes and Jim Crow and segregation. But our ancestors, they always remembered their value even in the midst of oppression. Amen. They knew they didn't belong in the mire. Amen. So even the black experience should remind us of where we belong. And if you're a Christian, one who has claimed that you're following in the way of Jesus Christ, no matter what situations come, you have to look yourself in the mirror and be reminded of who God has made you. You don't belong in the mire because you're God's child. You don't belong in the mire because you are a friend of Jesus. You are a place where God's Spirit lives. You are God's incredible work of art. You indeed are created in God's likeness. You have to remind yourself that you're a citizen of heaven. Remind yourself that you're God's disciple maker. You are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. You're greatly loved by God. You don't belong in the mud. Don't forget your value. Humanity in so many ways have forgotten that we're jewels. And not only that, we've missed the mark because many of us have lost our sense of discretion. This text talks about discretion. Discretion is good judgment. Discretion is the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. The text says, like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. A beautiful face on an empty head. We take so much time to make ourselves look good on the outside. Fixing up that head, gentlemen, going to get your hair cut. Gentlemen, if you don't have hair anymore, you just make sure that it's all together bald. You know, fixing up that head. Women, making sure whether it's a lace front, whether it's relaxed, whether it's natural, whatever it is, we take a lot of time fixing up that head. But the Bible talks about a beautiful face on an empty head. And I don't know about you, but we have a lot of empty heads among us. There are empty heads in our homes. Empty heads on our jobs. Empty heads in our families. Empty heads in our communities. Empty heads in the government. And empty heads even in the church. No discretion at all. Behaving and speaking however we wish. And I tell you, if we're going to fix the empty head syndrome, We can't do it in the classroom. You see, school really can't fix an empty head. Legislation can't fix an empty head. Street smarts can't fix an empty head. We have to have a relationship with God. God is the one who fixes empty heads, because you see, God gives us self-control, and someone knows what I'm talking about, because you used to pop up off the mouth any given time. But when you got a relationship with God, God started to teach you that you don't have to be petty. God started to teach you that everything that comes to your mind, you don't have to say. God started to teach you that you don't have to gossip. God started to teach you that words matter. God started to teach you that everything you say, people remember. They remember what you say, and that you can't take your words back. God taught you how not to have an empty head. The Bible is telling us that we need to have discretion. No matter how much people push you. I know. Even Tupac said, I'm not a killer, but don't push me. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. He's changed me. But sometimes people push you. But no matter how much people push us, we have to hold on to our integrity. Don't be like a beautiful gold ring in the snout of a pig. Your character should be stronger than your circumstances. It's hard for me to keep quiet sometimes, but my character is stronger. It's hard for me to deal with some people, but my character is stronger. They talk about me and say things that I know I haven't done, but my character has to be stronger. Why? Because I don't belong in love. You can walk all you want to, but I don't belong in the mud. I'm not coming down there. If you're going to be where I am, you're going to have to raise your standard. Why? Because I'm following in the way of Jesus Christ. We have to dedicate ourselves to growth. Dedicating ourselves each and every day to becoming the best version of ourselves. Do you know that the only competition that you really have in the world is you? The competition is the 5-year-ago you. You ought to beat that person. You ought to be better today than you were yesterday. And then tomorrow, you ought to be better than you are today. Your competition looks you in the mirror each and every day. And I know that at times we can feel that our beauty and our value is fading. Someone says something about your age, and you feel that your beauty and your value is fading. Someone says something about your lack of education, and you feel that your beauty and your value is fading because of your checking account. That bank account, you feel that your value and your beauty is fading, but we really are in the process each and every day of getting better. You know, I have a plant in my living room, and I thought that the value and the beauty of that plant was fading. You see, because some of the leaves on the plant, they started to look a little weary. And so I thought, Lord, my plant, it's on its way out of here. But I kept watering that plant. I kept being dedicated to that plant. I made sure that it got some sun. And then I realized one day I walked into the house and I looked, and there were new leaves growing on that plant. So I realized that the way it looked was just part of the process. It was getting better and better each and every day. All it needed was the sun. And what I'm trying to tell you is that you can get better each and every day. All you need is the sun. His name is Jesus. And the more Jesus you get, your leaves get a little brighter. The more Jesus you get a little stronger. It was just going through the process. And humanity is in good company when it comes to going through the process. Because Jesus' situation was just part of the process. You see, when they nailed him in his head,